Hi, I'm Cam Ward from the London Contemporary School of Piano, and today we're going to look at how to improvise and discover new chord shapes. If you're a fan of our work here at the London Contemporary School of Piano, please head on over to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, and request our free resources kit. It's got all sorts of great materials, including things covered in our YouTube tutorials. So we're going to start by using our C major scale, all of the white notes on the piano. You can think of it as your C major scale, but it's so much more than all that. Different modes, minor scales, but we're just thinking this bank of white notes, this universe of tones. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have one note in our left hand and one note in our right hand. They can be the same note, they can be different notes, but the thing that's grounding it all together is they're going to be one of the white notes. They're going to be from this scale. Okay, so I could start with them being right next to each other. They could be spaced apart. In fact, they could be the bottom and top note of the piano. Pretty harrowing sound, actually, but it's kind of cool. Okay, let's move these shapes. Feels nice. Mess around with different intervals. See which ones resonate with you. I love them being next to each other, but it could sound a little harsh to you. The idea of it being harsh can also be kind of made nicer by resolving it. How can you make that less tense? Just move one note. See how that feels. Or, if you've got two notes next to each other that feel tense, just move one of them an octave away. And then you haven't got that rub of those two notes next to each other. There might still be a little bit of tension there, but it's definitely less than this. And if you were to go two octaves away, even less tension and rubbing still. So let's try an improvisation. I'm going to give it a go, and we're going to use just one note in each hand. And I'm going to think about dissonance and consonance, space, and maybe some rhythm. But I'm kind of in a more meditative state with this kind of sound. So let's give it a go. You'll see there from what I was playing and from you playing at home and discovering these different chord shapes and sounds, there's some really quite complicated harmony that we're playing, but we're not thinking of it in terms of that. We're playing around. We've got our Lego bricks, we're sticking them together, and we're seeing what comes out. If you find a particular shape that you like, make a note of it. You can figure out what it is and theorize it in whatever way makes sense to you, so you can replicate it. But the trick here is discover. Yeah, we're playing the piano. We're not working hard at the piano. There I was playing notes both at the same time. What happens if you do the same idea, but I'm going to play my left hand, then my right hand. kind of like a call and response, but just with one note at a time. Let's give that a go. Left, right, left, right, left, right. We almost get this conversation, and if I've put the pedal down like I have, you get this bleed between notes, creating these chords and this kind of lovely voice leading effect where one of the notes bleeds on into the next one and feels really quite beautiful. That was left hand then right hand. Let's do right hand then left hand. Same thing. Really beautiful there. Kind of a similar effect to what we did with the left hand going first, but this time maybe more of a kind of emphasis on melody with our ears, but play around and see what you think. Something I love about working here at the London Contemporary School of Piano is being able to work alongside students such as yourself. If this is something you'd like to find more out about, please go on over to contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, drop us a line, an inquiry, and kind of tell us a bit about yourself. I'd love to hear about you and get working with you. Now, let's add a note. We're going to play two notes together, our left hand and right hand, at the same time. And then we're going to play an additional note with our right hand in between them. So we'll play, say, these two notes together. Then I've got one more with my right hand. Then together. Then one more note with my right hand. Okay, so let's give that a go. We're messing together kind of all sorts of concepts here. Rhythm, harmony, melody. But we're not worrying about it in kind of a technical, theoretical standpoint. We're messing around, and again, we're playing the piano to discover these shapes. Almost sounded kind of Bach-esque there. But again, just discovering it from playing these sounds together. Let's do the same thing, but flip it on its head. Two notes together, right and left hand, then an additional note with our left hand. Again, a really nice kind of, feels like a succinct together piece of music with all sorts of harmonic movement and complexity. But I'm not thinking about that, so why should you? If I can do that, you can do it too. Now let's move on to having two notes with each hand. There we had one note with each hand at the same time. Let's move on to having two notes in each hand. Now they could be all close together. Really rich sound that. They could be really spaced apart, but still in these clusters. Quite harsh sound, but I don't mind it, I quite like it. What if we had one hand being a tight cluster of two notes and the other hand being spaced apart? Oof, some wicked harmony in there. What if we had spaced apart in our left hand, close together in our right hand? Lovely chord that. See, I've found a chord I really like. I'm just going to sit on that for a little bit. See how it feels in the fingers. Does it work in a different place on the piano? Ooh. Maybe down low? Nah, not quite as good. Here. It's like longing, that chord. Or maybe even here. Yeah, gorgeous. So let's experiment with different shapes with two notes in each hand. Let's give it a go and see what comes out. We found all kinds of shapes there, kind of tense, dark shapes, lush, rich shapes. There was even a chord I found, can't remember it was, but let's say we'll go back to this lovely chord I found earlier. What happens if we just take that shape and move it in like a parallel motion up through that scale? That's gorgeous. And I'm just finding that here today, right now. What if I take that same shape and let's arpeggiate from bottom to top? And again, we'll move through the scale because I like that sound. The beginning of a song right there. Yeah, wonderful. If you're a fan of our work here at the London Contemporary School of Piano, please head on over to our website contemporaryschoolofpiano.com and request our free resources kit. It's got all sorts of great materials, including things covered in our YouTube tutorials. Those are 3 different methods, kind of one note in each hand and then an individual note, or 2 notes in each hand. Let's try and stick them all together. I'm going to add this idea of kind of call and response. It's okay to play each hand separately as well. They're their own voice. Perfect. So let's see what comes out. a really organic piece of music, coming just from playing around with my C major scale. Now, you'll probably be wondering, does this work in other keys, or am I condemned to just be playing with the white notes for the rest of my life? Now, the beautiful thing is, this is a great way to actually practice your scales, rather than the kind of traditional up and down, which is okay. You can get some great muscle memory, but I always use the analogy, it's like the alphabet. People ask me if I know the alphabet, I say yes. I have to always start from the beginning and sing the song through to get to the right letter. I can't do it backwards or start from anywhere. And it's the same with scales. People often know their scales from bottom to top, but not kind of in any pattern anywhere in the piano. So if I was to do this same exercise with, say, my G major scale, which the only difference is I've got an F sharp rather than an F. The same thing works, but I have to really know that scale inside out. Now, the beautiful thing about that is, the method was exactly the same, but I don't know about you, but that felt and sounded completely different to when I was doing it with the C major scale, just because of how it feels under my fingers or how it kind of sounds in that different key. Give it a try in a bunch of different keys, see which ones resonate with you, and maybe drop down below which ones you found and which ones you like. Give them a go and see how it feels. Something I love about working here at the London Contemporary School of Piano is being able to work alongside students such as yourself. If this is something you'd like to find more out about, please go on over to contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, drop us a line, an inquiry, and kind of tell us a bit about yourself. I'd love to hear about you and get working with you.